Greetings, my fellow shinobi out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming at you with another chapter review of Boruto, Naruto Next Generation. This time it's chapter 37, titled The Joint Battle. And that's what it's all about, the battle between Naruto and Jigen. I also love this cover page that's in color and all that good stuff because the title, Boruto Naruto Next Generation, is in this really epic font for no reason. Like no reason whatsoever. But they wanted to apparently come into this chapter guns blazing just because of all the stuff that happened. So, recap, Jigen rolled up into Naruto's crib. He's here to get Kawaki back, talking some mad trash and smack, and Naruto's dude, get the fuck up out my house with your dirty feet. You brought your shoes on and everything, didn't even bring me a present or anything. My wife's gonna be so mad, she does so much to make sure the house is spotless. If I don't kill you, she will. So, Jigen's ready to take Naruto serious, Naruto's ready to take Jigen serious, they're ready to throw down. But Kawaki, seeing that things are about to seriously pop off, is like, look, no, that's enough. Jigen, I will go with you as long as you just leave already. And Naruto being like, kid, what the hell are you doing? Like, I got this. But Naruto feels like, no, I don't know, dude. If you thought Delta was like anything at all, she's nothing compared to Jigen. There's no telling what might go down if you two clash. It would be massive destruction. And I don't want you to see you even potentially put your life on the line. I fucks with you, dude. We're cool. We're awesome. I really admire you, but it would kill me. Like, this attachment that we have, if I were to see you die at this guy's hands, it would destroy me in the end. And I can't have that. So Kawaki just gives himself over. But Naruto, of course he's not having that. Naruto has never been one to just be like, okay, yeah, here, I'll give this person I care about over to the enemy. Like, nah, that was the whole plot line between the majority of Naruto. Like, him trying to get his buddy back, yeah, that was never going to be an option for him. But, Kawaki's determined. He really wants to do this, and Naruto's also too stubborn to let this go. So Jigen decides, okay, if you're going to be difficult about all this and keep my son from me, he opens up a portal, and both he and Naruto disappear into it, leaving Kawaki completely stunned as to what's happening. But Naruto has been transported to that alternate dimension that we saw Jigen in previously. And his basic plan is just to drop off Naruto and just peace out, which is actually fairly genius when you think about it. Like, how many villains are just like, okay, I'm gonna leave you in this place that I know you can't escape from, and I'm just gonna leave. I don't have to fuck with you. I could just leave, and you're pretty much screwed. You're not gonna escape this place. Peace, dude. So he straight up gets ready to leave. And I love Naruto's reaction because he's just like, oh. Like, he full on never considered something like this. And why would he? Who would have thought that he'd have an ability like this? And just as Jigen goes to leave, boot to the face. Like, some dynamic entry kind of shit. All of a sudden, just a kick clear across his face that he was not ready for. And it's none other than Sasuke. Of course it's Sasuke. Because he was in this mission to find out more about Kara and their whole situation. And we know that he managed to follow Jigen back to this dimension for the most part. So Naruto's surprised, Jigen is surprised. It's just like, oh god, the space-time ninjutsu of the Renin gone. God damn it, you must be Sasuke motherfucking Uchiha. And Sasuke's just like, you damn right. But Oh, Naruto's grateful he's been saved for the most part. He does question how Sasuke is here, but they kind of put that on hold. Jigen very much directs himself at Sasuke. It's just like, okay, so you must have followed the Hokage's chakra here. So, even if he would have just ended up here for a few minutes with your abilities. But it kind of sucks. It kind of blows because I would have just been able to just take Kawaki and leave. But and ultimately, he just, okay, I guess now just have to beat the both of you. Like Jigen's just like ready to throw down like it's nothing. But yeah, no, it's not gonna be that simple. So they have a bit of a standoff. Meanwhile, Sarada makes her way to the Uzumaki household and notices the various spears sticking out of the ground, blood all around, as well as Kawaki just kind of in a little bit of a daze because he's worried. He doesn't know what's going to happen. That's the worst kind of tension out there, just not knowing what's going to happen in the future. Meanwhile, Boruto and Mitsuki are just racing their way back to his place. And Boruto notices that karma starts to recede a little bit, so he really just doesn't know what's happening either. But the fight that goes on between Naruto, Sasuke, and Jigen is actually pretty cool. It's unfortunate because it doesn't really feel like they're really going all out because they're in this wasteland. There's nothing around for miles. But at the same time, it might be that they don't want to expend too much energy as they might need it to get out of here. But Naruto uses some fairly basic attacks. Some of them are absorbed by Jigen. Jigen starts to continue to use that ability where suddenly these metal rods just pop out of nowhere, and you better be glad this is like in a fantasy world because having stuff like that just suddenly become jutting out of your body, stabbing through you, yeah, you'd lose the use of those hands and stuff. But Naruto and Sasuke's teamwork really comes into play. They constantly save each other from some desperate situations. It's really fun it's always fun seeing Sasuke go in with his swordplay, because his swordplay is always such a delight to view. Like, he's so fluid, he's so quick with these movements, but even he can't seem to be able to dodge Jigen's ability to just summon out these weird rods, like in almost vital areas of their body. It's really weird, and it's pretty obvious that they're trying to slowly get a gauge on what exactly Jigen is able to do. So after a little bit of time, Naruto just brings out his shadow clone jutsu in order to at least absorb some of the attacks so he doesn't take too many direct hits. But the shadow clones start falling by the dozens, and Sasuke is doing his best in order to suss out exactly how Jigen is doing all of this, as Naruto's shadow clones continue to just fall one after the other. But Naruto has cracked it. He's figured out that what Jigen is doing is actually altering his size. He's pulling a goddamn Ant-Man of all things. Which I love the fact that people always hate on characters like Ant-Man or the Atom and stuff like that. But growing and shrinking, yeah, that's fairly capable, especially if you can do it on the fly. How do you track an opponent who's too small to see and he can just pop out from nowhere? Hell, that's even better than being invisible because it's not like they can really hit you and you're bouncing all over the place. So Jigen is just growing and shrinking within an instant in order to move around. And also his like little rods and stuff like that just start sticking out of their vitals. He stabs them into them, and then he has them grow back to their regular size, and they end up piercing them in specific areas. So it's a really intimidating ability. But Sasuke says that's not Jigen's only secret in this showdown. But Jigen, he is not having any of this. He's impressed that Sasuke was able to suss all this out with the use of his Sharingan. But it's just like, okay, between your Sharingan and your Rinnegan, I really need to kill you, Sasuke. More than the Hokage. I kill you. I can at least just leave and not have to worry about you guys coming back. But once he goes back on the attack, Sasuke and Naruto at least have a little bit of an idea of what to look out for. And now that they know what's in his hand, they're able to adapt to it a little bit better. But Jigen continues to just be really fast. And it's a really interesting situation. It's high flying, it's high action, many clashes, and the fact that this guy is able to hold his own against both Naruto as well as Sasuke really says a lot. But once he shrinks back down, Sasuke is able to locate him through the use of his Sharingan. Naruto goes in with his Big Ball Rasengan, which Jigen starts to absorb. However, because he's absorbing that chakra, they've come to a realization that Jigen can't really move around too much when he's absorbing. So as he's in his miniature form trying to absorb Naruto's Big Ball Rasengan, Sasuke goes in with his sword to try to cut him down. And Jigen has to move quickly with his space teleportation ability in order to get out of harm's way. And Jigen starts to feel like, okay, I've kind of been pushed to the edge. You're really starting to get on my nerves. Like, he's starting to get a little bit pissed. And so he starts to kind of transform with this massive horn starting to come across his head, very much in the same way as it did with Kawaki when he started to have his karma rage almost out of control, showing that there definitely is a connection between, at least, there's some weird connection between Kawaki's karma mark and Jigen. I know we got it from Jigen, but is it possible that this ability would allow Jigen to take over Kawaki's body to some extent, if that's even a possibility? Because otherwise, why continue to pursue him down? Why not just destroy him? But, if you want something out of him, yeah, he would want to sweet talk Kawaki into coming back and being a willing participant. I mean, that's always the thing. That was always the thing with Orochimaru. He wanted Sasuke's body. And with this, it's kind of much of the same. Jigen wants Kawaki's body for some reason. Although what it is, we really don't know. It's hard to get a grasp, but it's something that all the members of Kara are really after. They really want this one thing that Jigen is able to supply. But then you also have, certain members of his group that aren't really drinking the Kool-Aid, as it were. But, it seems a little too good to be true. You'll just have to wait and see what comes of this. But what is Jigen's connection to the Otsutsuki clan? Because even with that horn appearing on his head, he still feels very non-Otsutsuki for the most part, especially with the fact that he has those markings come across his body. And I wonder if it's very similar to what happened with Momoshiki, especially in the Boruto side of things. Not the Boruto Naruto movie where we first see Boruto, but the adaptation of all of that, when we had Momoshiki take on this different appearance. I feel like there's a greater meaning behind that and the markings that appear on Jigen as well. Something possibly deeper that ties all into karma. And is it possible, through my theory before, is it possible Momoshiki is trying to take over Boruto's body slowly but surely in order to come into his own and start dominating things? Lots of questions are raised, but you'll just have to wait and see if Sasuke and Naruto will be able to get out of this situation. They don't have Sakura to come in and help them at the last minute with this other Otsutsuki, but they've gotten pretty adept at dealing with Otsutsuki clan members, so this might just be another walk in the park. But tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. How did you feel about this chapter and where it's going? How do you feel about the showdown with Jigen? I know a lot of people feel that Naruto isn't really showing what he's got here. They feel that he feels too weak for the most part. but I feel like it's just typical shonen tactics. Don't show your hand, build up to the greater moment as the fight goes along. Now, I've seen enough shonen to just kind of feel like this might just be them playing into a trope. But you'll just have to wait and see. But definitely tell me, again, what your thoughts and theories are in the comment section below. How do you feel about everything that has happened up until this point? And, just who do you think will ultimately end up winning and making it back through this other dimension? And until next time, if you like this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below. Subscribe and hit the bell icon, that way you never miss out on another Big Hero 6 manga review. No, Big Hero 6. I have that on the mind. Another Boruto manga review. And if you want to see more of me on social media, just Google Duuz-Diz-Din. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, all over the place. And until next time, you just need to remember, definitely remember that sometimes it takes two to make the thing go right. It's another team up between two of the best ninjas in the entire story, and it's definitely going to be a fun ride in the next one. But until then, I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and it's high time I went to bed. I'm starting to get delirious. Until then, bye-bye.